The city of Assos was founded in 7th century BC, and Aristotle lived here for 3 years starting in 348 BC. We spent the night in the lovely Hotel Caravanserai on the shores of the Aegean. There are a number of hotels and restaurants clustered around the harbor. The ancient harbor which Paul would have used no longer exists. The next day we left the hotel, went up the switchback road, which is this gray line, and for some reason did not stop at the theater. We continued on the road, went alongside the red line, which is the outer defensive fortifications of the old city, seen here. These are said to be the best preserved fortified walls in Turkey. St. Paul was in Assos at the end of his third missionary journey, according to Acts 20, verses 13 to 14. We did stop to see the ancient Roman road. St. Paul would have walked this road from the harbor up to the ancient city. The Acropolis of Assos is above the modern village of Baramkale, and we reached it by walking this narrow, steep main street to the top. The Acropolis, or upper city of Assos, gives you marvelous views, but there aren't many ruins left. Here's the town's harbor seen from up on the Acropolis. The main structure on the Acropolis is the Temple of Athena, built around 530 BC. Made of andesite stone, it originally had 13 columns on each of the long sides and 6 columns on the 2 ends. The temple measured 100 feet by 46 feet. This replica depicts what the temple looked like. Very few archaeological remains of the ancient city of Thyatrira have been uncovered. This 1 square block of ruins is right in the middle of the city of Akhisar, population 80,000. The first settlement existed here as early as 3000 BC. Thyatrira was located on a great plain at the crossroads of major trade routes leading to Pergamum, Sardis, and Smyrna. It thus became an important commercial and industrial center and was host to numerous trade guilds, which acted as social and civic and religious clubs or organizations. Among these were guilds that represented coppersmiths, tanners, leather workers, dyers, wool workers, and linen workers. Thyatira is first mentioned in the Bible in Acts 16, when Paul and Silas and Timothy traveled to Philippi and met a woman named Lydia, who was described as from the city of Thyatira and a dealer in purple cloth. Then in Revelation 2, beginning at verse 18, John sends a letter to Thyatira giving strong praise for its love, faith, service, and patient endurance, but criticism for the major problem, which was the toleration of a woman symbolically called Jezebel, considered a false prophet and teacher. Many of the artifacts discovered in Thyatira can be seen in the Archaeological Museum in the city of Manisa, about 30 miles southeast of here. But right here in Akhisar, just a block from the ruins, they've recently opened this small but interesting archaeological museum.